Hello, my name is Kurt, and welcome back to another episode of Sniffin Samples. Today we're going to be sniffing some Onyx Azzaro, or Azzaro Onyx, whichever way it goes. Now guys, I'm really impressed by this fragrance. At first, I was like, this is probably going to smell terrible. Just the smell from the bottle alone is just very synthetic, very sort of harsh smelling. But I applied it here, and the projection is fantastic. For the first 3 hours, people will smell you, and they will compliment you. I got some compliments on this, and they were all positive. Projection is good, the intensity is good, the longevity is actually pretty good too. And guys, I was really surprised. I thought this was like a $30 fragrance, but this is actually a $15 to even a $10. You could probably find this for $10 somewhere. So if you're on a budget and you want to smell good, this is a decent panty dropper. You know, this is a decent panty dropper. When you first apply it, it has that harsh kind of synthetic chemical sort of smell going. But, you know, around 30 minutes to an hour later, it starts smelling just very seductive, very masculine. Like, I could see this fragrance definitely being used more in the evenings, like on an evening date, or on a cold fall night, or on a cold winter evening where you're going to watch a movie with your significant other, along those lines. Or even, this to me could also be used in an environment, a professional environment, where you're a school professor. Actually, one of my high school teachers used this fragrance. I never knew what he used, but once I smelled this and once I actually applied it to myself, I realized that that was that same fragrance. So can definitely be used in the professional department. I wouldn't use it in the office, so to speak, but I would definitely use it if you were like some sort of high school teacher, or maybe a physical education teacher in some sort of school, or even to the gym, guys. This is a decent fragrance to take to the gym, but just don't overdo it because it's pretty intense. Let me see, the notes here are, they say the top notes are lavender, mandarin orange, and bergamot. Middle notes are basil, geranium, and cardamom. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce some of these things. Base notes are leather, amber, patchouli, benzoin, and oak moss. Yep, I could definitely get that. So this fragrance scores good on the projection and longevity. I put this fragrance on in the morning. I went out and did my daily routines. I did everything I had to do. I came back home in the evening, and you could still smell it. The projection wasn't there, guys. The projection wasn't there, but people could still smell you from a decent, like I said, I applied it here. So somebody could probably smell me from like this close. Whereas when I first put it on, they could probably smell you from about an arm's length away. So the projection's still good for a whole day, you know, and it kind of fades off into this nice, relaxed, how should I say, just fresh, crisp scent that I get from it. Fresh, spicy, aromatic, warm, spicy, citrus, patchouli. For me, guys, I get minor spice. Like, I don't really get too much spice. To me, it's more of like a incense, highly incensed smell. A little bit on the warm, spicy side, definitely. I get citrus towards the end of it. I don't get citrus in the beginning. I get citrus towards the end when it's starting to fade. I get a nice sort of citrusy, clean, sort of like, how should I say, like an orange mixed with incense and a little bit of like just fresh leather, along those lines. But it's not too intense, it's not too offensive. Like I said, it smells really cheap in the beginning. but it just kind of evens out and it smooths out to a really decent fragrance. Guys, for 15 to 10 bucks, you can't go wrong with this. I'd recommend it. For a cheap fragrance, I give it a 7 out of 10 on my scale. Would I rate it lower compared to designer fragrances and stuff like that? Certainly, certainly. Compared to designer fragrances, this gets maybe a 5 out of 10. Maybe even 4.5 out of 10. Because it's nothing spectacular. It's nothing. It's not a head turner by any means. But it is what it is, guys. If you want something cheap, if you want something versatile, you know, checking here on this website, a lot of people are definitely leaning more towards a night fragrance. I could definitely see that, like I said, on a cold winter night, fall winter night, an evening date with somebody. Some people are saying it's good for the day too. Some people are saying it's good for the fall and the winter, which is what I said as well. Some people are actually saying spring and summer. But I wouldn't use this in the spring. Maybe in the beginning of the spring, but not full-on spring and not full-on summer. So guys, it's a good fragrance. Check it out.